Hi, girls. It's Kelsey Morales, and welcome to Talented Girl Spotlight, the showcase where we promote and celebrate young female talent like you. On today's show, we have Maren, who is 10 years old, and she's a writer and an illustrator, and she's awesome. So let's get to meet her a little bit further. All right, Maren, thanks for coming, and thanks for coming to the show and sharing your wonderful talent with the rest of the world. So Maren actually wrote this really cool story. It's a remake of Cinderella starring what?
Dogs.
Starring dogs. All right, and what's the name of your story?
It's called Rita's Tale.
Okay, it's called Rita's Tale, and it is, just in case you didn't get it the first time, it is a remake of Cinderella starring dogs. Why is it starring dogs and not like lions or cats?
Well,
or hippos?
At home, I actually have two dogs, and one of them is named Rita, and I thought it would be cool if she could have like her own little adventure story, kind of like Cinderella.
Kind of like Cinderella, yeah, because a lot of things happen in Cinderella. That's awesome. It's so creative for you to think about, like, well, I like my pets and I like my dog, and it would be really fun if I wrote a story and included my dogs, and let's do it Cinderella. Can you tell me a little bit more about the story? All right, so what happens in the beginning?
Well, in the beginning, it's just she's at home with her step family.
Okay, so does she have an evil step family just like Cinderella? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens? Is there like a party or a ball that she has to go to? Yeah. Okay.
And a duke comes and
is it like a dog duke?
Yeah, it's a dog
so
duke.
It's all dogs, right? The whole thing. Okay, all right. So a dog duke comes.
Yeah.
To Rita's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And invites them to the 70s disco party.
Okay, starring dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then now is Rita able to go?
Actually, she asks if she can go at one point while her stepsisters are blabbing on about how excited they are. And the stepmother gives her a list of chores that she has to do.
That she's got to do or not be able to go, right?
Yeah.
Now, does she end up going to the 70s dog party?
Yeah, because instead of a fairy godmother, she has a fairy squirrel godmother.
Oh, cool. So it's all animals. So it's a fairy squirrel godmother.
Yeah.
Very creative. All right, so it's a fairy squirrel godmother. And what does the fairy squirrel godmother do so that Rita can get to the 70s cool, dog party?
Well, her friend Hunter, he's another dog, is in her dog house with Rita because she was crying.
Okay.
Because she was upset that she couldn't go. And the fairy squirrel dog mother helps both of them go to the party. And
how does she help them? What does she do?
She gives them these really cool 70s outfits and a bone-shaped tie-dye band.
Oh, really? Now, I see this bracelet here. What is this?
Well, it's actually my dog Rita's first collar from when she was a little puppy.
And did you use this for your story?
I didn't actually put it on, but I really wanted to.
Oh, you really wanted to. This is really cute. Okay. All right, so what happens at the end? So she ends up going because the fairy squirrel godmother comes and helps her, and she's out there, and then what happens? Is there like a missing glass slipper, just like Cinderella, or something similar?
There's two princes and a princess there for Hunter.
Okay.
In the story, and they have to leave later, and when they leave, both of them lose a paw sock, I call it.
Okay, a paw sock.
Yeah.
That's creative. That's really creative and cute. All right, I like that. So instead of a glass slipper, it's a paw sock.
Yeah.
And they lose it, and then do they go around trying to find who it fits?
Yeah, and when the two dukes actually come, because there's two princes this time, and one of the princes is actually a cat.
And is there a problem with that there, with the dogs and the cats?
Well, actually, at the end, Rita has to make a decision between which prince she wants to marry. Prince Worf, which is the cat, or Prince Gus, which is the dog.
And who does she pick?
She picks Gus, and at the end, Worf is sobbing on the side at the wedding, and she goes.
Oh, there's an actual wedding?
Yeah, and she goes over, and Rita goes over to Worf and eats him. Because he's a cat.
Oh no, that's cute. It's a nice twist to the whole Cinderella. Look at that. That's awesome. Maren, that's really creative. I love it. Now, was this something, did you show it around school? Did you show your teacher? What did you do with the story once you wrote it?
Once I wrote it, I asked my teacher if I could perform it for like a little play for
your school?
not
Or just for
actually-
your classroom?
It was for our class. It was for my class, the other 4th grade class, and my sister's 3rd grade class.
Oh, okay. And so you actually got to put it up and perform it.
Yeah, and
That's great. So you look at this. You start out with writing. You see, girl, so there you go after your dreams, right?
Yeah.
I mean, here's Maren, really interested in writing, writes a story about the dogs, and then she goes to a teacher and says, hey, I've got the story, right? Can we put it up? That's exciting.
yeah, and all the teachers were really cool about it. I even talked to the principal about it, and she let us use the gym for it.
Oh, that's awesome. So look at that. You even got it produced and put up. That's great, Maren. You know what? Last thing that I want before we go. Any tips for girls out there, your age, okay, 10 years old, 9 years old, 11 years old, who like writing and maybe, they're thinking about writing. Any advice to them on actually going around and writing their own story? Kind of doing what you did?
Well, I would say
Look at the camera and tell them.
I would say that you should probably just use your imagination and be creative, because always the more imaginative and creative stories are the best.
Now, should they go and try to write even if they're scared? Like, were you scared when you were writing it?
Well, I wasn't really that scared because I was actually having fun when I wrote it, because I enjoyed writing without my dogs.
Okay. So I guess maybe one tip would be, right? Write about what you enjoy. Because I guess
Yeah.
Maren was saying if you write about what you enjoy, it just comes out a lot easier, right? And it's a
Yeah.
lot more fun. So I guess that's 2 tips is, be really creative and imaginative. Like imagine different things. That's what Maren was saying. And I guess your second tip is, right?
Yeah.
Writing about something that you really like and
Yeah.
enjoy, right? Well, that's awesome. Well, Maren, thanks so much for coming. Really appreciate it. And here's 10-year-old Maren. She writes and she illustrates, and there's no reason why you guys can't do that either, okay? It's all about girl power and empowering each other. And this space is a showcase to showcase you guys. All right. Thanks so much. We will see you next time on Talented Girl Showcase. Bye.